Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 243. If you are writing a book or thinking about it or trying to finish a book that you've started or trying to let more people know about your book, you are in the right place. Good morning. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh, also known as Christine Inc., I-N-K, like the stuff you write with. You can just look up Christine Inc. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 18 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on an author's success, and they can actually turn someone into an author. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. Of all the words of mice and men, the saddest are, it might have been. Kurt Vonnegut, one of my personal favorites. So this is the time of year. Many of us are setting our 2020 goals, and this also goes with yesterday's episode, so make sure you listen to episode 242 to get all the backstory on this. But we're setting our goals, so what I'm talking about in yesterday and today is the fuel behind those goals, the fuel, the reason, the power, the engine, whatever you want to call it, the thing that is going to turn all those awesome and lofty writing, author, and book goals that you've set for yourself for 2020 and beyond into reality. And for me, that is your why. That is the reason that you have, no matter how personal, no matter how small, no matter how big. It doesn't have to be to change the world and all that. It can be something very simple, just because I want to get this damn thing done. It can be that simple. Whatever why is going to work for you and get you to the finish line. So in yesterday's episode, I gave examples of book writing whys from some of my clients, and I also explained in detail why it's so important and often vital to the completion of your book that you even have a why. Again, episode 242. So today, as promised, I'm going to give you 7 journaling questions that might be a little bit different from ones you might normally see on the subject of discovering your why. So get your pen and paper, and here are 7 journaling questions to help you discover and connect with your why. Number 1, what would happen if it was next year at this time and you're in the exact same place on your book project as now? How would you feel? And be honest with yourself. Number 2, who are you really writing this book for? And by the way, you writing it for you, yourself, totally valid answer, perfectly good answer. You don't need to be out changing the world here. So as long as you're committed to not letting yourself down, it's fine to write your book for you. Number 3, what about your book's subject matter makes you curious, fascinated, intrigued, and excited? So what really fires you up about whether it's a fiction writer, your story, your characters, a nonfiction, your message, your lessons? What really fires you up about your book? What makes you the most excited? Number 4, sorry. What will you only be able to find out by writing your book? So whether about yourself or your subject matter or the process of writing a story, what can you only learn if you finish writing your book that you wouldn't be able to find out otherwise? Number 5, what thing that you're looking forward to will not happen unless you write and publish your book? This could mean putting the word author in your bio or sharing your complete story as a legacy with your kids and your grandkids so they can be, inspired by your example, or maybe the pride of doing the thing you said you would do, or maybe you've always dreamt about having an author book signing and sitting there with a stack of books that you wrote and autographing books for people that are just really excited to read your work. Think about all the things that will not happen if you don't finish your book. Number 6, looking ahead, what will your second book be about, or your third, or your fourth, or the series? Why would being a professional author be exciting? Especially these days where prolific definitely sells more books than trying to be a one-hit wonder. I've talked about that on past episodes. But a great way to finish your first book sometimes is to look at the idea of being a professional author and seeing this as the stepping stone into something much longer term and much more exciting than just writing one book. And finally, question number 7. Which obstacles would keep you from hitting the ground running in 2020 and getting your book done? How can you put a plan in place to get around those obstacles now? So have a plan for when you reach them so they don't become the obstacles that you never get around. And now we're in December 2020 and we're having the same conversation all over again. So how can you plan ahead for things that might stop you from getting your book done? Those are my 7 questions, and happy journaling. And feel free to share your why in my Inc. authors groups on Facebook or LinkedIn. So just, I have the groups in both places because some people prefer Facebook, some people prefer LinkedIn. Inc. authors, it exists in both places. I'd love to hear your why and celebrate your goals and just kind of celebrate your 2020 writing career ahead of the fact with you. Inc. authors, Facebook and LinkedIn. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I'm helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And if you know someone else who wants to write an awesome book, please let them know about Your Daily Writing Habit. They can listen on their Amazon Alexa device under Flash Briefing Skills or wherever they get podcasts. Until tomorrow, happy writing.